Who is one of the best drivers in the UK and why are they so talented? And when you're a police pursuit driver and you need some extra training, who do you turn to? Well, it's Paul Ripley, of course. Don't let the old man facade fool you. It may look like a mild-mannered grandad, go to sleep at 6:30 at night and suck on Werther's originals, but it's an absolute demon behind the wheel. Watch this.
Let's go, baby, come on, let's go! I'm out of breath.
Paul, what's this? Why have you got Evo in your car?
Evo magazine, the best and biggest selling magazine on the planet. It's just an epic read.
And is that because you read work from or whatever you are?
Well, I write a column every month, back page of course, called the Evo standard, and we're trying to develop a standard for people that read Evo magazine.
What makes a good driver? To me, someone who admits they're not a good driver. It's hard to be able to sit there and say you're a good driver when you might not have the skills, and a lot of people do pass the tests straight away and say, well, I'm a good driver, I've passed my test, and all that test is the bottom of the run of the ladder. You've got years, probably 40, 50 years of experience to make up, and just because you've passed the test doesn't mean you know any of the skills. So if you can sit there at the bottom and say, I'm not a good driver and I'm ready to learn, that's what makes a good driver in my eyes. We're on a drive now. Tell us why we've got to go back to basics, because obviously a lot of people forget about basics. They pass the test and that's it.
Yeah, you need to go back to basics to find out where you are currently and where you'd like to be in the future and how you're going to get there. And through these videos, Ben, that's exactly what's going to happen. You know, we're going to show them how to do it, why you need to do it, where you need to do it, and of course how you can do it. And that's what we're really here for. But setting those basics up, you know, things like setting your seat up and you put your seatbelt on before you drive. And it's these what people just don't think about, but let's go through the process each and every time we drive. Set yourself some goals. That's what it's all about.
One of the main things that people forget how to do is set the seat up and get the driving position right, because if you have a crash, you could be killed if you're not set up properly, and you're not going to get the best out of your car. So Paul, tell us how to set your seat up properly.
You don't want to be up here like this. So how do we do it properly? What we do is have the seat back, so you've got your wrists on top of the steering wheel with a slight bend in your arm, so you can go fully circumference around the steering wheel. Now the next thing about the seat setup is that you're going on a long haul, you've got to be set up so your posture's correct. If you're holding the steering wheel, as I recommend, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock rather than 10 to 2, it creates a lot of shoulder tension on a drive, especially when you're keeping both hands on the wheel, which of course you should do. But the general idea is 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, form the thumbs over the crossbar here, and that's what you need to do. And in terms of is it right for when I'm changing gear, clutch fully to the floor with a slight bend in the left leg, and that is how to do it. Checking all your mirrors before you start the engine, before you drive away. So you're doing your seat belt, your steering and your mirrors before you do anything about driving the car away.
So one thing is, never get too close, because your airbag goes off, you are going to be killed. Not only that, if your airbag doesn't go off, the steering wheel can come through the cockpit and crush you as well. So always have your seat set up correctly. Now let's drive the car.
An advanced driver is someone who wants to improve the drive, and they've done that through their own need and desire to do that. So they'll go to one of the advanced driving organisations, or they'll come to us, as it were. But it's like something that's inside of you. You can't take pills for it. You know, at the end of the day, you need to want to do that.
What do you class as advanced driving? Because I'm looking at road layout. If I were in a traffic car now, obviously, advanced driving for a civilian is going to be slightly different for a traffic cop, because we'd be responding now. So like I said, we could be using alt road, blues and twos and that sort of thing. So your gear change is very smooth, your road positioning is fantastic. Tell us what advanced driving is like for you now and why you're doing it.
Well, basically advanced driving is about 4 main words: advanced observations and advanced planning. And then I like to throw in there attitude, road behaviour, and then controlling emotions, emotional stability, if you like, for want of a better term. But it's all about a lot of skill sets, some lovely attitudes, and some emotional stability thrown into the mix. and we're entering 40 zone now. So I want to hit that 40 zone, that 40 zone. Set yourself some goals on your drive, the way you position, or where you position the car on the road, what speed you're going to go into different hazards at, and think about these things and calculate the best way around it. And that's just the way to do it. And that's what advanced driving is all about. Let's say advanced safety. That's a great way to think about it.
Yeah, you're good, you aren't you? So tell us about why we use our eyes now as a radar system, because like I said, I'm looking top left, bottom right. Obviously you can see far up hill as you can go. You're looking at corner, you're looking at the limit points as well, but why is radar so important?
Well, you use your eyes literally as a radar, and you're trying to pick out specific hazards, potentially dangerous hazards, or those that could mean a safety issue for us as we get towards them. So it's like basically keep the eyes moving, aim the eyes high, using peripheral vision, checking your mirrors and things like that periodically. But every time you alter speed and direction, get in your mirror to see what's going on behind. And that's really what it's all about. But I think at the end of the day, it's all about getting them eyes moving, picking those hazards out, and then say to yourself, what am I going to do about this hazard? And plan it. And that, once again, advanced observations, advanced planning gets us into this planning process. And once the process starts working, it's just it's just dynamite.
Were you going to say a piece of piss then?
Would I ever say a piece of piss, Ben? Would I ever?
One of the other things as well, you just said peripheral vision,
yeah,
which I'm looking at directly at Volvo in front, but I can still see you out of my corner of my eye now.
Yeah.
So just because you're looking at something in front doesn't mean you can't see to your sides, which is massively important.
Yeah, peripheral vision, isn't it?
The roadcraft system of car control is the Bible of driving. Traffic cops have got to sleep with it under the pillar.
What is roadcraft and why is it so important to us?
Roadcraft is the actual foundation stone of what driving's all about. You know, roadcraft is a police driver's manual. They have a great thing called a system of car control. We don't want to teach people to be puppets and be regimented in where they do, but it gives us a skill set, or it gives us a thesis of what we need to go through on approach to hazard. Let's say we're turning left here, so it's mirror signal, position, speed, and I'm bringing the speed off with an early brake here now, sliding second gear because it's quite a slow corner, and then just on the power as I get there, slight mirror check before I turn left up here, looking up the road up here, still stationary cars, checking mirror, and we're looking to be fine.
Because we used to have mirror signal manoeuvre, and that's the basic one that people always remember, mirror signal manoeuvre, but it's a bit more than that, isn't it?
Well, what we're doing now is breaking the manoeuvre down into position, speed and gear, and you go through this systematic process, as I say, on approach to hazards. But at the end of the day, we don't want to squeeze out the natural talents of drivers, which what a lot of, dare I say, advanced driving organisations might want to do that. This is the way you drive. Yeah, we get all that and we get why we need to use it, but at the end of the day, you can't squeeze out this natural talent that some drivers possess. We need to polish that. We need to absolutely polish that, but stick into them some kind of system that they can plan, they can use on every drive, and make sure you use it. You see, coming up to a hazard, just go through the system, mirror signal, position, speed, gear, and you're considering your actions. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
It's back to muscle memory, innit? Once you get in a car, you should be able to get in any car and then drive to that standard all the time.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we've got a corner coming up here now, reduce speed. So I'm just looking ahead. Think about mirror. I don't need to give a signal. Think of that positioning. It's absolutely so tight. I'm using the vision limit point here. That's just starting to open up now. So my speed's already set for the corner. So just gently balance the car through the turn. And as the viewer opens up, the accelerator can open up. So there's a match, working in harmony together.
Just one thing you said there, it's not bad and it's not negative to progress. People always think it's bad to progress out of a corner. Once your corner's come and you've gone through it, you've seen your exit, it's safe to do so, you're not breaking any laws, progress, get going. There's too many people that go through a corner and sit and dither. We're not ditherers.
But you know, absolutely not. And especially if you're a police driver on a pursuit, you're certainly not a dither, are you?
But now, cut the corner, progress, let's get going.
We've got an open view to do that.
Come on, lad.
And everything about the drive is based on observations of what you can see and what you cannot see, basically.
Exactly.
So you're making your decisions based on these things. But vision is everything. And if you get a vision limit situation, get off your power pedal and get the speed right on approach to that hazard. That's how you've got to do it.
Fantastic.
Simple as that. Consistency comes from before you start to drive. You sit in your car and you think, this is going to be the best drive I've ever given. I remember yesterday I went around that corner too fast. I had to brake mid-corner, or the overtake, which was just a bit too close for comfort. We can't accept that. So that consistency comes from you and the way that you want to be.
So we're pushing it now. How do you want to create consistency in your driving?
Consistency is absolutely paramount importance. It's just the way you do things, and if you start learning how to do things properly, that will become habit forming, and that's exactly what you want to do. The current habits you might have might be just a little bit risky, a little bit dodgy, they're not planned, it's just what you think you should be doing. But if you get some systematic stuff into your driving and learn how to do everything, I'm moving away from the junction on the left here, that's why I'm over here, getting a long range view on here. So think about position, think about speed, balancing this car through this turn here. And when the view opens up, I can then just slightly cut the corner because I've got the view to do it. So you're making pretty good progress here, maximising the car's performance. But at the end of the day, it's just great fun. We're on a bus route window, just shaving the corner a little bit here. What can I see ahead? I can't see a lot. So I'm bringing off the speed now, in a straight line, sliding third gear, just balancing the car through the turn. When the vision opens up, we can go back on the power.
Balance is massively beneficial going back to basics. People don't realise this because what they'll do is they'll brake too heavy, balance, alt weight goes to front, they'll set off too quick, alt weight goes to back, they'll understeer going into corner, it goes to offside.
At the end of the day, you need to balance the car, specifically when you're turning the wheel, and there's a relationship between the right foot on the accelerator pedal working in harmony with your steering angle input. So look, we've got a corner here now, so mirror signal, position, speed, gear, and then just balance the car through the turn. You're not accelerating and you're not decelerating. So your car's basically, the weight transfer and the moving mass is balanced technically 50-50. That's to the rear, that's to the rear and to the front, of course.
And now you can realise that because I'm not going like this round bends, and when you see people doing this in cars, it's because the driver's shit.
Yeah, and it's all about smoothness and flow, Ben, isn't it? You know what I mean? And those things go together like, you know, like horse and carriage, really, at the end of the day. So we've got a guy braking in, not quite sure why he's braking, but just have to sit back off him at the moment. I've got long range view on the left hand side here. I've got a bend coming up and sharp deviation of route signs. So I'm looking for an overtake, I'm looking for a pass, but at the end of the day, there's no pass on. I'm trying to get an inside view by just moving slightly to the right here, oncoming vehicle, checking mirror, link everything with the mirror check, get to know what's going on behind you, to create that observation and that planning process and get things moving that way.
That's what you just said then.
Yeah.
If it's not on, it's not on.
It's not on.
Don't try and make something happen that is not going to work.
It's not going to work.
I can get around there, my car's fast enough, I can drop a gear and I can go. If it's not on, you're risking not only the people in the car, that van driver in front, but also the people coming the other way. Back to basics then. It's very important, or it's more important, pull it back to basics. You want your vision correct, your observation, your planning. Use roadcraft, mirror, manoeuvre, speed, gear, get it all interlinked in all one. Anything else you can do for back to basics?
Back to basics, it's basically how you do things, and don't rush into things. If it's not on, it's not on. But overtaking and cornering are things we don't get taught, Ben, are they? Even night driving, motorway driving, we just develop these things ourselves. At the end of the day, are we doing them right? You don't actually know that. And it's the essence of these videos, just to give you that power to be able to sort of learn how to do it like a complete expert, a complete pro driver, and enjoy your driving, get engaged with it, never accelerate into danger, only away from the danger.
So you said they're an expert driver, do you know anyone?
No.
So many adults have tantrums behind the wheel. That's why Next Base dash cams have got a campaign coming up to Christmas. So if you're going to get a dash cam, get a Next Base dash cam. Check all links below. And also check out the Black Friday sales as well. So let's go.
Let's go.
Good it, old timer.
Thank you.